look at me. I have some sympathy. We have to take away our pain and breathe. Hey, you just come along, just come along, just come along. I've waited, way too long, way too long, way too long. Hey, you just come along, just come along, just come along. Life is more fun if you come over. My head is beginning to despair. My hands are struggling, that's not fair. Oh no, that's not fair. Are you ready for the race? I don't want to lose the game. Are you ready for the race? We should always be the first. Feel the blood in your veins. We're standing at a landing place. Feel the blood in your veins. Say hello to the inner space. There are so many ways to build ourselves again. There are so many ways, but we have to break our chains. Come on, look at me. I have some sympathy. We have to take away our pain and breathe. Hey, you just come along, just come along, just come along. I've waited way too long, way too long, way too long. Hey, you just come along, just come along, just come along. Life is more fun if you come over.
Well, hello there, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Laura.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday to you all. We're coming at you from a new day just for a little midweek check-in, and we want to share with you all a lot of the great features that we have planned for the upcoming launch of CSI Digital, which is going to be our new online home for this year and beyond. And we just are really excited to share it with you. And we're here tonight to go over a few of the features and stuff like that and answer any questions that you may have. So feel free to pop any questions that you have in the comments here, and we'll get to them. Laura, can you tell us a little bit about
I already know what you're gonna ask me, but ask it anyway.
Tonight is it's not just gonna be business. We're gonna go down memory lane a little bit, and we're gonna start.
All right, I'm ready. Very serious.
I'm gonna start by asking Laura how this whole idea came to be, and hint, hint, it did not start a month ago.
No, when did we first talk about Patreon?
We talked about Patreon as soon as you got involved with CSI.
Okay, so Sam and I were trying to figure out some way to kind of create some kind of archive for our CSI concerts and to kind of develop like an online community more so than what we have had in previous seasons. Like, yes, we have, Facebook and we've been doing some stuff on YouTube, but we wanted something a little more cohesive. And so we looked into doing a Patreon because we were like, okay, well, this way, we have kind of all of our followers in one place. People can subscribe. They can get curated news from us, all this stuff. And we were like, sure, let's give it a try. Brian, we are glad that you are here too. Thank you for putting your comments in. But yeah, so we kind of explored the Patreon idea a little bit, and it wasn't quite the platform for us. I think it works a lot better for people who have the people I know who have them have like YouTube channels and have podcasts and are kind of like their own individual entity. Whereas like with CSI, we have like this massive community. Is it a massive community? We have some really awesome, amazing, dedicated followers who we wanted to feel like we were investing in their time as well as making sure that we at CSI had our needs being met as well, and our desire to keep people connected. And so then this little thing, I don't know if y'all have heard about it, but coronavirus happened, small thing. which rendered all sort of in-person connection nearly impossible. And so we started talking about like, okay, clearly we need to revamp in some way. And we need to respond to this in some way that we feel allows our community to stay connected without kind of rendering the concert hall obsolete. We wanted to make sure that we didn't completely abandon our roots while also not saying like we are going to do all the things online and we're never meeting in person ever again. We didn't want that. We wanted people to still be excited about coming back to the concert hall when it's safe. And so in all the conversations we had with people, it was like, we need to figure out a way to make something that is really special to us, and to us as an organization and to us as artists. And that's kind of how CSI Digital happened. Is it all started with a failed Patreon experiment. And I mean, that's how chocolate chip cookies happened. It's how Ivory Soap happened. We are the chocolate chip cookies and Ivory Soap of the music world.
Wow.
No, but they all happened by mistakes. Mm-hmm. And we just kind of pedaled through a few different phases, and Sam had some really great programming ideas, and one thing led to another, and we created CSI Digital because we wanted to make sure that our community knew that we were working as hard as we could. And Sam and I have definitely put more hours into CSI in the last 6 months than I have since I started here.
I was shaking my head in disbelief, but approving. I mean, agreeing that yes, that's the case. I know most people running their own organizations, or anybody a lot of people, I feel like, just because we're all figuring out how to move forward in this era, a ton of people are like, oh my God, I've never been working harder at XYZ job, especially all the arts organizations, the nonprofits. Like you said, we're all trying to revamp and figure out how we can move forward and still engage and connect and do all that fun stuff.
That I think we have, we are so lucky, is that we aren't some huge, massive organization, and that we have such amazing, wonderful people who support us and follow us and who work with us. Like, our artists are incredible. We are so lucky that at our size, we really do have the flexibility to pivot in such amazing ways and to adapt to these changing times. And I think, Sam, that's really a credit to you as our founding artistic director. Really though, the number of times that you're like, okay, I'll come at you with an idea and you're just like, okay, keep talking. And I'll go on a few more points and you're like, all right, you've convinced me. But no, you're actually willing to listen. And this really, I may have had the initial sort of seed there, but you really cultivated something really special. And I think it's great.
Well, thanks.
Sorry, I take the compliment, accept it, let it land.
Thanks. I literally couldn't have done this without you, but thank you. I mean, this has been I would describe this as a total joint collaboration that definitely grew. I don't think either of us or anybody on the inside of CSI saw what we've ended up with now that we're about to release on Friday. I don't think anybody saw that coming when we started talking about this. So that's what I would say to that. I mean,
I signed on here.
Yeah, exactly. And so this has been a very evolving, living, breathing experience. And this summer, we kind of just ran with the ball of all sorts of, online programming and talking with and engaging all sorts of people, which has been fantastic. And so that is sort of, it's been the seed of everything that we're about to fold into this online hub featuring both,
really because of the feedback we've gotten from our community and from people that we trust, that it's turned into what it is now. And obviously we will continue to evolve and grow, but we've gotten some really amazing feedback about the work that we're doing, and really because of that feedback we've been able to turn this into what it is.
Exactly.
So Sam,
Um,
do you wanna tell the lovely people, everyone in the world who is watching right now, the thousands and thousands of people, can you talk to them about CSI Digital? Just give them a nice little overview and walk them through some of what they can expect.
Yeah. So, in case it hasn't been clear, or if you have not been sort of seeing our little sneak peeks and our posts for the past few days, and as we've started to talk about this over the past few weeks, CSI Digital is an online platform that will effectively be a login site, a membership service to help cultivate the CSI community online while we're all relegated to being at home, or at the very least, not able to have in-person performances. And we have our big 5th season coming up, and we'll be announcing so many more details about that in the coming weeks. But one thing that, we are saying and have said is that it's going to be pretty much all digital. So we're folding that into CSI Digital, the online platform. Our entire main stage 2020-21 season will be delivered remotely, digitally, in really cool, reimagined, innovative, and exciting ways. And we're working really hard to provide experiences that really aren't just sort of a recreation of what we would do live, streamed. We wanted to kind of create several other components to our main stage season if we're forced to do this art song thing online. So that's one thing. That's the biggest thing, of course. Our main stage season is going to be brought to you through CSI Digital. The other big musical aspect of CSI Digital is our concert archives. We've always had a YouTube account. We've only ever had little snippets of concerts, excerpts, sort of single songs here and there. With CSI Digital, we're really excited to be bringing you our entire archives of concerts that have all been professionally recorded and in video, so it's not just audio. And we will also be able to check out all the beautifully designed concert programs and translations for each and every concert in a foreign language. So you can totally relive the experience from your computer. You can pull up the program and the translations, so you can follow along with all the foreign language art song, and you can feel like you're right there with the artists and with the folks in the audience who were there live. And so that's a really cool feature, and we're really proud of it. Brian, just to hop back to your question on YouTube, how many concerts are you anticipating for next season? We are going to have
6?
Officially 7 different events, because we are bringing you once again our
announcements about that very soon.
Yes, specific announcements, but we are continuing for the second year our Winter Song Festival, which was a resounding success last year. And so that is a weekend of 2 events. So we have 3 big pillars to our season, and there will be a total of 7 major events that you can stream throughout the season online with CSI Digital. So that's our main stage season and our concert archives. The other things that we have added and will be adding to CSI Digital are more of our talk show, spoken interview series, roundtable discussions, and webinars, which have been very, very popular this summer. We've launched some really fantastic webinars. We've engaged a bunch of business and arts leaders, and they've come on with CSI to share their expertise on a wide variety of topics. We've had personal finance for artists. We've had grant writing tips. We've had how to innovatively program a recital in the 21st century. All sorts of things. And so that has been a fantastic source of educational content this summer. And with your subscription to CSI Digital, you'll have unlimited access to those archives as well as new airings of webinars as they come out. So that's really exciting and is a really cool feature. And I think we're going to show you a little video to that end so that we can show you a little bit more about what it looks like to be in attendance of one of our webinars. So enjoy this, this short little video featuring Beyond the Song web.
So now we're going to learn about
making music during quarantines.
Why budgeting is so important.
composing for voice, which is awesome and fun.
Another part of skills that I want you to take note of, and that is soft skills. Are you good at working with teams? Are you good at leading people? Are you good at quickly adapting to different environments? And as a performer, I'm going to guess that you are.
Cool. Yes. Cheers to the webinars.
No, they're really cool. Like, I feel like we like growing up in college. That feels like so long ago. But like during school and stuff, you know, they'd always the powers that be would always bring in like, you know, folks to talk to us about budgeting, how to, you know, do audition prep, how to do grant writing, how to program recitals, how to be a human on stage. You know, they would talk about so many things. And now what's so amazing about our webinars is we have these bulwarks in the field right now who are sharing their knowledge with us, and we have access to it all the time, which is really neat.
Yep. Yep. Our archives will stay there, and we will continue to bring you fantastic content in the form of new webinars, new presenters, always pushing the envelope. And that is going to be, you know, a great, great feature of being a subscriber to CSI Digital. Laura.
Yes.
Tell us about Composers and Cocktails.
Okay. So how did Composers and Cocktails even start? I think this was your brainchild, Sam. But so what we do with Composers and Cocktails, we have drinks with living composers. And what's been really neat is I've been telling Sam, I hope this is the right reference, but it feels like our own version of the Algonquin table. Like I'm going to tell my offspring someday that like I got to sit down with like Juliana Hall, you know, that I got to talk to these really amazing people. And what's really nice is because we have Matt who's helping us make these great cocktails, you know, we get like the fancy cocktail and the fancy composer in a super chill environment. And we get
speaking of fancy composers, here we have Kurt Erickson, who we did not pay any money to write this nice comment. But he was one of our distinguished composers who we had the honor of speaking with on this series, and you'll be able to relive that experience as many times as you want, because I know I want to continually hear the wisdom of Kurt Erickson.
Always.
Yes.
One of the things I love so much about Composers and Cocktails, and like for me as a singer, it's been so, I just remember like one of the very first ones we did was with Tom Shapullo. And I was just like, he's just there, like drinking and his dog and like, what? Which is so, it's so neat. And like, you get to know them not only as people, but you also get to hear like in a very just kind of uninhibited, very candid way about their composing process, about what it's like to work with people who are learning their music. You get to talk to them about, you know, what their daily life looks like. And it's it is like, I think for me personally, just as a singer, out of all of the content that we've done educationally through CSI, Composers and Cocktails for me personally has been the most rewarding, because it's just it is such a gift to be able to talk to these people and to like revisit the conversations that we've had with them, because these composers who are very alive and creating this amazing music that we have the opportunity to perform now, they're going to be the standard canon moving forward. And we have now this amazing digital resource in which we can refer to it when we're starting to work on their music and say, you're working on a piece we talked about specifically in one of the Composers and Cocktails, then you can be like, oh, they had this to say about this piece, or something generally about their music. Like, I remember when we were talking with Libby Larson, and she talks so much about text. It's so fascinating to get to talk to these people. And like, for me, I get so starstruck. I'm so grateful I have a cocktail, because otherwise I feel like I'd just be like,
We'll continue coming back to this. Everything you said is so right. I want to show everybody the video so that we can bring them to the fold. Here's a little sneak peek into Composers and Cocktails.
What you mentioned, the parameters of how this would be set up. If a man's heart is through his stomach, a composer's heart is through the cocktail, I guess.
The consideration of text really is at the heart of art composition and performance.
There you have it.
I didn't even know that the Libby Larson bit about the text was in that video.
Dorothy, my friend, you nailed it. Nothing better than Composers and Cocktails. And it is so true that it has been our honor and a pleasure, in all seriousness, to get to speak with these composers of art song at the absolute top of the field, who have just so generously given of their time to speak with us and connect with us, and that we get the chance and the opportunity to learn much more about their music. And what has struck me as so interesting about this time, and this applies to a lot of things as we've started to connect digitally more, is we've always had access to talk with anybody we want, including composers. And, schools bring composers in for residencies and to do their music and stuff like that. But just these Zoom sessions and these live interviews, how often do we pick up a score to perform of one of these incredible composers? And, we're lucky if we email them to let them know that we're performing it, let alone call them up and ask them, about themselves or about the piece of music to learn more about it. So it's just been absolutely incredible. So once again, Composers and Cocktails will be on CSI Digital, and we will continue to bring a lot of great composers to you in brand new interviews as we keep forging forward. We have some exciting ones coming up in August that we can't wait to share with you. So that's Composers and Cocktails. What do we still have, Laura? What do we have to talk about?
Coffee combos. Do you want to? Oh, did you want to talk about? I guess coffee combos is kind of actually, no. I was going to say it's similar to Composers and Cocktails, but not quite. It's like if Composers and Cocktails met coffee meeting or webinars It's a combination of all of them.
Okay, you said it. You said it here, Laura.
Yep, there we go. Trademarked.
Coffee combos. Well, why don't you tell us about coffee combos?
Well, I've only been in on one of them, but
There's only been 2.
True. Okay, so 50% participation. Here we go. But basically, it's like the one that I was in, we had a couple of folks on in other art song organizations specifically, to just talk about what the future of art song looks like and what our niche is kind of doing to address things in COVID-19 and when merging into the digital era, and just kind of what it means to be a singer and a musician during this time, especially with all of the systemic issues we're seeing right now. It was just that for me, that was a really rewarding conversation, but it's basically like we just roll out of bed on a Saturday morning and make a cup of coffee in, I wish I had my CSI mug. Should I go get it?
You should absolutely go get it.
Go get
it. We are launching a newly redesigned website on Friday where CSI Digital will be housed, and we're going into year 5. It's time for merch.
It was absolute long overdue. But yeah, so we roll out of bed on a Saturday morning with a cup of coffee. Just
look at that beaut.
I'm just going to put this right here. There we go. Shameless plug. This is yellow. It's printed on both. I'm so glad I did my nails yesterday. But it comes in several different colors. It will be available on our merch store. It is a hot commodity. What did Libby Larson say? This is a glowing review. She said that her coffee tastes better in this mug. I don't drink coffee anymore, but I can attest that my Earl Grey tea tastes fabulous in this mug. And it's a great gift for yourself or for someone else. Anyway.
Also free shipping.
Free
shipping.
Free shipping. But anyway, so yeah, you roll out of bed, pour yourself a cup of coffee in your CSI mug. Mm-hmm. And then basically we've talked to just a lot of professionals working professionals in the field about kind of a particular issue and its surrounding stuff.
Yeah, so our first conversation was a distinguished panel of higher education voice teachers. And we were brainstorming and discussing, well, first we heard from them on what their experience has been like as we immediately ran into the wall of being online and teaching remotely back in the spring when all this started. We heard what it was like for them each to transition to online teaching, what kind of strategies they've developed. And then we brainstormed and we talked about ways that each of their private and university studios would be moving forward in the future, and their institutions at large. And there obviously doesn't seem to be one cookie cutter way that schools are moving forward, if they're moving forward at all. And so it was very, very interesting and enlightening. A lot of the viewers thought that it was fantastic to hear from them, and to it turned into this sort of communal event of everybody was like, oh my gosh, we've been doing this. We've been in the mud and the muck, figuring this out together. And it was sort of this like public forum of just laying everything out to bear, optimistically figuring out how we could forge ahead in the future. So, and I think
that out of the coffee combo that I was in as well, I think that was very much the case. Is one, it was sort of an open forum, but two, it was like hey, you're not in this alone. And that a lot of, even outside of COVID, even outside of having to struggle with teaching online and moving digital and keeping, art song and vocal music and all of that stuff up to date and relevant and in our society, these are all just things that we as artists and we as creatives and we as consumers of art need to talk about. And it's really great to have a forum in which to do that with such amazing people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other roundtable we had was with two distinguished leaders of other art song organizations, Daryl Taylor of the African American Song Alliance, Art Song Alliance, and Martha Guth, one of the co-founders of Sparks and Wiry Cries, which is just two inspirational organizations for Laura and I and our work with CSI. And it was great to speak with them, to hear about the missions of their specific organizations, as well as in that session, we were basically brainstorming and exploring ways that art song organizations can move forward during this time, how our missions may or may not be adapting, evolving, expanding to meet the moment with our beautiful, intimate little genre of art song. So yeah, coffee convos, there's bound to be many more great roundtable discussions. And those, once again, will all be accessible on and through the online platform CSI Digital. Maybe probably the most important thing is that we have bartender Matt here, and he is, thank you, Matt, for calming us, because we were really starting to fret that we were running out of drink recipes. Thank you, Matt.
I feel my stress, all of my stress is gone now. It's just...
If you don't join us on CSI Digital for anything, for one reason, make it to hang out with bartender Matt. Oh, and by the way, he's an incredible composer.
Amazing composer, amazing human, amazing mixologist. He's got it all.
Yeah.
It's great.
So he'll be with us. We will be looking forward to a specially curated cocktail from him for our mid-August, our August 15th season 5 premiere announcement. And that is going to be a very, very, very special video premiere that Laura is working extremely hard on. And we will be presenting on CSI Digital for our subscribers and our members of CSI Digital, and you will get to hear from all of the artists who are involved in our upcoming main stage season. We'll be sharing with you what the programming is, what all our events are, and then after that point, it'll all be up on our website for you to peruse.
I think it's going to be we're kind of putting together a viewing party event thing. It's going to be real fun, as fancy as you want it to be. I'm going to dress up. Because I have nothing else to dress up for now. But I think it's going to be really great. And I'm so excited that we have this gorgeous new platform to launch CSI Digital on and to launch our new season on. And I feel like, Sam, one of the things that we've talked about so much is we're like, wow, we have all of these sort of things kind of up in the air right now. And it's all sort of come together under this umbrella of CSI Digital and our new website and our merch store, all these other things, it's all coming together. And CSI Digital really is it's kind of our crowning achievement right now. Cause I'm just it's so great that it's all sort of.
Well, you've got to have a hub for everything, right? Because there is so much, and I empathize and I sympathize with all of you out there, because I'm amongst you as a consumer as well. There is so much stuff getting thrown out there onto the internet. And I have days where I just get super overwhelmed by it all and have to turn it off. Even, that happens in normal life. It's exponentially worse now as we're living and breathing on our screens. And so for us, we needed this organizational way to present it all to you, so that it wasn't so that we're not contributing to the overwhelmingness of everything out there, because I know that there's a ton of content and it could be a lot. With CSI Digital, you have the opportunity to see everything as it premieres live, but then the beautiful thing is it's going to remain there and be there. So if you miss a concert, if you miss a composer interview, if you miss a Coffee Combos Roundtable, wait till you have an hour to check it out, and you log into your CSI Digital account through our website, and you go access whatever you want. Whenever you have a free night and you don't feel like going out, you don't feel like cooking, you order a pizza and you call up one of our professionally recorded. Yeah, you order a pizza and you call up one of our recorded concerts, and you just leaf through the program and you enjoy that. So it's really a cool and innovative hub for everything, and we're just really excited to share it with you. Should we get into the nitty gritties and how you sign up and stuff?
Kind of show some of those videos about how we go through the sign up process, kind of what it looks like. And this will also be a fun little sneak peek of our new website, which is gorgeous. Sam, thank you so much for all of your amazing hard work on that. It looks amazing. I can't wait for everyone else to get a look at it because it's so beautiful, so streamlined, so just, Sam, you did a great job.
You just have to be a little bit obsessive. Okay, we're going to show you the sign up video that is actually, this is a little premiere for you guys. It's not going to come out publicly until Friday when CSI launches, but we're going to walk you through how you're going to sign up for your CSI Digital account here. Yeah.
I love the music.
Like I said,
So hype.
don't sign up today. You can't sign up today, like the video said. It's coming out on Friday. That was your guys' sneak peek.
Friday.
Today
is not Friday. Today is Wednesday. Every day feels like a Friday during COVID. Let's be real. But it's actually 2 days from now.
Yeah.
The day after tomorrow, if you will. Not
So
the Jason Paul movie. Sorry. I need to be excused from this video. I've made too many jokes.
let's go over some of the details and show you all what comes with our different pass options. So we wanted to make this as flexible and as accessible as possible. So we've created 2 tiers featuring varying levels of our content. And you can, of course, pay monthly, or you can purchase a year's subscription at a time. And if you do that, it comes with a little bit of a discount. And if you need to go month by month, and that is totally fine too, and you can cancel anytime. So we'll start with our education pass, which is basically all of our musical content. If you get the education pass, you can tune in to any of our archived webinars. You can watch our roundtable discussions. You can even watch the composer happy hour chats as well. It's all of our basically talk show content that you can tune into. And this stuff, all these projects are enriching and they're educational. And so that's why we decided to call this the Education Pass. Our All Access Pass, simply put, grants you access to every single thing that we offer on CSI Digital. So in addition to everything that you get with the Education Pass, you basically also have access to all of our musical content. So what does that include? That includes our entire concert archives that you can watch, complete concerts, as well as all of our 5th anniversary season main stage performances that are set to roll out throughout the course of next year. 7 different events that are carefully curated, brought to you by an incredible roster of artists. And so we're really excited for all of that. In addition, we have to get some of this merch out to you guys. So with your All Access Pass, we will be randomly raffling off an item from our merch store every single month. And if you are an All Access Pass subscriber, either monthly or yearly, you will automatically be entered every single month to receive, to be in that monthly merch giveaway. So that is a super exciting feature also that we're really pumped to offer as being part of the All Access Pass. Anything else, Laura, in there that I forgot? I think I covered it.
You did talk about the one-time pass?
Yes. So if you didn't notice at the bottom, we are offering single passes for those that might not be able to, they might be interested in a certain event because of the performer or the interviewee or something. And we do not want to box people into committing even for a whole month. If all they want to do is come check CSI out for a single event, we are offering extremely reasonable single passes where you basically create an account with CSI Digital and you have access to our live stream for 12 hours. So what that means is on the day of the event that you want to attend through CSI Digital, you will come to our website and you'll purchase your single pass and you will have access for 12 hours and you can tune into our live stream that evening or that afternoon, whatever the event is that you want to do. And that goes for literally any of our events because they will all be live streamed or premiered at one point. So we have 2 different price points for a non-musical live stream. So webinar, a roundtable conversation, or a composer interview, or anything else that doesn't involve music. Your single pass, you get single pass access for $5.99, and that's for 12 hours of access. For our musical events, for our main stage performances, you get single access for $9.99. So you can tune into any one of our concerts and their premieres when they air live and be with our entire CSI Digital community for $9.99. And then get in and get out if that's all you're here to do. And like I said, we wanted to make this as flexible and as accessible as possible for everybody. So basically options, 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 options.
We want to make it as easy as possible for you to access the content that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Yep.
And we are working so hard trying to come up with ways to improve our content, to make it as valuable as we can, both and enriching to us as, administrators, but also as valuable to you as our supporters and consumers of what we put out in terms of our content. So we're always looking to find ways to make it easier for you to access our content. And I feel like Sam, you came up, I think, really hit a home run on some of these tiers in what kind of content you access. I think it's great.
Yeah. And all that's to say is we really value this community, and we want to stay engaged. We want to connect with you. We want to connect our audience with the world-class artists that have always made CSI the great performing arts organization that it is. And that's literally because of the artists who bring the music to life, and because of our incredible community of supporters and audience members. Pardon?
Because of you, like talking to the lovely folks who are watching us. It's you who tune in to watch Sam and me throw bad jokes at each other, and just you have supported us and the amazing work that the artists in our community do, and it's really because of you that we are able to make any of this happen. Because of you, CSI is coming into its 5th season. Because of you, we have the resources and the time to spend to put together this amazing CSI digital resource. And we are very grateful that we have this opportunity.
Yeah. So all that's to say is we're really looking forward to continuing connecting with all of you this coming year. There will be no interruption. We will keep on keeping on. If you've been hanging with us for our summer activities, thank you so much, as we've been figuring this whole thing out, figuring out where to go from here. I think we
have a question that I think will be worthy of talking about.
Oh, yes. Let's address this question. Twyla asks, any chance of institutional memberships in the future so we can include events in curriculums? Yes.
You can do that, Sam.
CSI Digital is happy to offer institutional subscriptions. And so you can always get in touch with us at info@cincinnati-songinitiative.org if you'd like to learn more about that. Basically, what that means is that this hub, this online resource, can become available for your university library, your voice area department. Your art song lit class will work with whatever size of group that you have and that you're seeking to service. And for teachers looking for creative content to employ during this, especially during this coming year of continued remote teaching, but even into the future as things are more and more presented online and digitally, this could be something that would be very, very much worth looking into for your institution. And dare we say it, something a little bit off the beaten path in terms of its personality. So we hope that you will consider that subscribing both individually and institutionally if you represent an institution. So great question, Twyla. Thank you so much.
Like I said, we're doing our best to get our content to people who want it and people who need it in the easiest, most efficient way possible. And again, like Sam, like bow to your sensei. You've done such a great job just kind of corralling all of this. I feel like I've just been sort of spit firing ideas at you, and you're just like, I'm going to make it happen.
It truly takes a village. We all know this here in the arts, especially in the art song world. We are a niche genre, and that's something worth celebrating. The community is strong, and the community is worth it. It's worth it all. So we are so excited to be connecting with you in this way digitally this coming year. We know it's nothing like live performance, but that's why we put so much heart and soul into this project, so that we made it as enjoyable, accessible, community-based as possible. And so we're just thrilled to be unveiling this on Friday. And so thank you all so much. Please tune in to our last Composers and Cocktails episode tomorrow. That will be streamed here on Facebook. We're in conversation with the great composer James Primash, and that's bound to be a fantastic conversation. And then come Friday morning, you'll be able to check out our brand new website and sign up for CSI Digital and order your coffee mug. Thanks all. Any
with a song. Isn't that precious? I have been telling Sam, and this is the last bit of my personality you'll see, I promise. I was telling Sam we do need to have an option where it says this might, well, I live in Kentucky, but this might be whiskey. Might be bourbon. I live in Kentucky. It might be bourbon.
Yes. We'll work on that. All right, everybody. We can always dream. Thank you, everybody, so much. We'll see you tomorrow for Composing Cocktails right here on our website or on Facebook. And we will see you on the brand new website and at CSI Digital come Friday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
So many crowds. Join me in that place where nothing's let you down. Join me in that place and take me to that place. Look me in the face, my eyes turn into brown. Look me in the face, jump on me with your gun. There are so many ways to build ourselves again. There are so many ways, but we have to break our chains. Come on, look at me, I have some sympathy. We have to take away our pain and breathe. Hey, you just come along, just come along, just come along. I've waited way too long, way too long, way too long. Hey, you just come along, just come along, just come along. Life is more fun if you come over. My head is beginning to despair. My hands are struggling, that's not fair. Oh no, that's not fair. Are you ready for the race? I don't want to lose the game. Are you ready for the race? We should always be the first. Feel the blood in your veins. We're standing at a landing place. Feel the blood in your veins. Say hello to the inner space. There are so many ways to build ourselves again. There are so many ways, but we have to break our chains. Come on, look at me, I have some sympathy. We have to take away our pain and breathe.